The first step to meeting or updating your quality level is to begin by completing an application. To access the application, you'll need to log into your organization profile. Once in the organization profile, select the Quality Improvement tab. Then you will select the Quality Overview button, or you can navigate to the left menu and select Quality Overview. Once in the Quality Dashboard, select the blue Apply for Cases button. Next, you will see the Great Start to Quality case and select the blue Apply button. This will then open the application. You will notice there are 4 sections in the application. The information in the application comes from what you have already entered into your organization profile. In each section, you simply need to review for accuracy of the information. If something is incorrect, you can update as needed. You will notice that each section currently says incomplete. So the first section we will look at completing is the general information section. To open this section, simply select the review button. You will notice the first section is the physical address. Review and make edits as needed. Next is primary contact information. Review and make edits as needed. Next, you will notice a section about adding a Great Start to Quality contact. This is the person that is available to support the program through the Great Start to Quality process. If the person listed as the primary contact person is the best person to support this Great Start to Quality process, select No. If the program has a primary contact for the program, but a different person who supports Great Start to Quality, then answer yes. When yes is selected, add the name and contact information for the Great Start to Quality contact. For this example, I will say my program does have a Great Start to Quality contact and we'll add that information here. Finally, you can edit or add any additional information. Now you are ready to select Save and Confirm. If you do not want to save changes or are not sure yet, select Close and the changes will not be saved. You can see now that the general information says confirmed. Now we will move on to licensing and affiliations. Again, we will start by selecting the review button. Here you will be able to see the licenses for the program. Most programs will have all information here correct. If the program provides Head Start, Early Head Start, Great Start Readiness Program, is accredited by the National Association for the Education of Young Children, or National Association for Family Childcare, and the affiliation is not showing, please email support@miregistry.com or call the local resource center at 1-877-614-7328 and they will point you in the right direction for support. You can then select Close and come back to the application once information has been added. However, for most programs, this information will be accurate and you can select Save and Confirm. The next section is enrollment, and again, we will select Review. In enrollment, you will first see the information for the number of classrooms in the program, and you can edit this as needed. Next, there are options for the children in each age group you serve. If you select yes for an age group you serve, you will then have the option to enter how many children in that age group, as well as selecting the needs of those ages of children. The information in the application comes from the organization's profile. So if it was recently updated, everything may be correct and just need a quick review. If it has not been updated recently, you can make edits as needed. For this example, I will say that we recently had some changes in enrollment, so I will make the updates as needed. It is important to ensure that the enrollment information is correct because this will determine what quality indicators are on the self-reflection. If you do not want to save the changes or are not sure yet, select Close, and the changes will not be saved, and you can return to the application when you are ready to update it. Once the enrollment information is updated and correct, you are ready to select Save and Confirm. The final section in the application is the program employment. Again, we will select the review button to open the section. First, you will see a list of all the staff linked. Please review this list carefully to ensure all information is correct. This includes staff names, titles, employment, and MI registry status and career pathway levels. If any information is correct, you can select the edit button next to the staff's name, and you can edit their title, start and end date, or any information that may seem inaccurate. If any staff is missing from the list, close the application and correct this in the organization profile. Once you are sure that all employment information is correct for staff, review and answer the employment additional questions section. Answering these questions is very important. If you select no for any of the questions besides the first one, please make the corrections to the appropriate section before submitting the application. Submitting an application with incorrect information could impact the quality level achieved. For this example, I'm going to read through each question to make sure I've completed it and select yes. Once you are sure the employment information is correct and updated, then you are ready to select Save and Confirm. If you do not want to save the changes or are not sure yet, select Close and the changes will not be saved. Now you can see that all sections of the application have been confirmed. If you realize you have something you still want to edit, you can go back and select the Review button. Once you are sure that everything is correct, the final step is to select the Submit Application button. Once you push the button, you will get a pop-up that lists some terms and conditions. Please carefully read through them to determine if you agree to your role in the Great Start to Quality process. Once you agree, check the I agree to the Great Start to Quality terms and conditions box. Once you have done this, you will notice the Continue button is now blue and you may select it to submit the application. You will then review a pop-up that asks you to verify whether you want to submit or not. Once you select yes, you will no longer have the option to edit. If you are sure the information is correct, select the yes button. If you are not and want to make additional edits, select no. Once it has been submitted, you will get a pop-up saying it has been submitted and select OK to close it. This will then take you into your self-reflection as the next step in the process. Now you know how to complete and submit your application. However, if at any time in the process you have questions, simply scroll to the bottom of the screen here and you will see the contact information for Great Start to Quality. You can reach us via phone at 1-877-614-7328, by email at greatstarttoquality@ecic4kids.org, or you can visit our website at www.greatstarttoquality.org. Here, you will find more information, guidance documents, and more videos like this one to support you through each step of the process.